Good morning, ladies. Happy Monday. Okay, so this morning we're going to talk about brows. As you can see, this side is already done and this side is not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the products that I use, how to accomplish a brow that is filled in, it's thicker, it's not as thin or sparse. And when I was, I don't know, in the 80s, this was the thing. Thin brows was the in thing. So a lot of us suffer from thin brows as we age, they become thin and sparse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you fix that problem and show you what tools and products that you can use to help fix that. So good morning, good morning. When you hop on here, say hi and where you are coming in from. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you is I start with my Obsession Brow Palette. Okay, so with this palette is these products here. This is a setting wax. These two are powders and these two are highlighters. So basically, you pretty much have almost everything that you need in this brow palette. And ladies, to get the perfect shape, we do have stencils that you can purchase as well, and I will link my website down below once the video is finished, okay? So the first thing that I recommend is that you have your brows either tweezed or threaded or waxed at least once every couple of months just to give it a nice shape and not so they're so bushy, you know what I mean? Because they will trim them as well. So you want to make sure that you have a nice one of those three, threading, tweezed, or waxed about every 3 months, okay? All right, so the first thing that I do is I will take my Brow Obsession palette and I will also use our Brow Artist brush. Now, ladies, these go hand in hand. You hear me say all the time, your tools are just as important as your products. So make sure that you have good tools for application, okay? Because if you don't really have a good tool to apply it, it's really not going to look the way that you want it to look, okay? So this is the brow that I just did this morning. All right, now what we're going to do is hello, hello, say hi when you're on here. I see several ladies on here, so don't be silent, ladies. Okay, so what we're going to do, this is two-sided. One side is straight edge and one side is angled. We're going to use the angled side. And basically what I do, you can see I've used quite a bit. I take my setting wax and then I will dip it into both of the powders. This comes in light, medium, and dark. I use the medium. I know I have really dark hair, but you can see on the medium, it comes out pretty dark. So the dark, I think, is a little bit too dark for me, but some ladies like really dark brows. So just as a gauge for you, this is a medium color. All right, so what I do is I dip this and then I'm going to get some good amount of product on both sides, okay? Now, ladies, this takes some getting used to because when it first is applied, it does look dark, but I'm going to show you how to fix all that. So just kind of roll with the flow and I'll show you. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I'm going to kind of get up close and personal with you girls. All right, so I will take little small strokes, kind of like at a straight line up to my arch, okay? Don't be in a big rush until now I can do this in about 2 minutes, but it takes some practice at first, okay? So you just want to draw like you're almost drawing little hairs, okay, up to the arch. And for placement, the side of your nose straight up is about where you want your brow to start. Your arch should go from corner of your nose to the middle of your eye for your arch, and then corner here, here for the tail, okay? Just as a guide. All right, so once I get this line up here, then I just kind of take it downward and outward, okay? You want to pull it outward because what that's going to do is elongate your eye. If you pull it, more down, that's going to make your eye look droopy. So you always want to kind of go outward but downward, okay? Now, see, this is pretty much I'm just basically outlining everything. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go in with the setting powder and then a little bit of both colors. Then I take this about about a quarter of the way in, okay? Then I'm going to go right along the top up to the arch. Now, girls, look how simple this is. So basically, you're just outlining and then you're going to fill in, okay? It's that simple. So my hairs tend to grow downward here and then upward here. So I just kind of fill in just as my natural hairline because I want it to look as natural as possible. Now, I'm not adding any more product. You hear me say all the time, blend, blend. So basically, you're just going to keep blending all this in. And I move from the outward to the inside because over here, you want to do like a little fading effect. You don't want this just as dark as this. All right, so just keep blending it, and the more you blend, the less product you're going to have when you get to the front. All right. Now, if you girls have any questions, don't hesitate to say. And like I said, this takes a little bit of a practice, but once you got it, you got it. It's just like riding a bike. So you just kind of blend this in, okay? And if you feel like it's too dark, I'm going to show you how to fix that. All right, so I just kind of pat that to get that setting spray or setting wax. Okay, now once you start blending, your lines do become a little bit messy, but we're going to clean all that up. Okay, then the second thing that I do is I will take my concealer. Okay, my concealer is what I use underneath my eyes and things like that. So I also use it for my brows. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of my concealer, and I always use a couple shades lighter because what I want is I want the illusion of this brow bone popping. The lighter that you use, it tends to pull things forward, so it's going to make it look like that it's popping. Okay, so I basically just outline everything that I did, and I want to get those edges nice and sharp. And then I'm going to do the top part because that's going to give the illusion of a lifted eye. Okay, and then just kind of blend downward. And then I'll just take my ring finger and just kind of pat that to blend it in. Okay, now once that's finished, I will take my blusher brush that I've used for my setting powder, and I'll just kind of pat that just to set everything. Okay, and then if you feel like they're too dark, this is how I lighten it up because this does have product on it for when I blended my setting powder. Okay, then for one final touch, what I do, ladies, is I have our brow liner. Hang on, what's the exact name of this? Our precision brow liner. Okay, these come in light, medium, and dark as well. One end has a spoolie, so what I will do is I'll take the hairs and place them exactly how they lay, okay? And then I'll take this end, which is a very fine tip, see that? And then I'll just kind of sharpen up those edges and fill in any sparse that I have. So once you do this part, ladies, then you can see it just kind of makes everything come together. And then on the shading part, I will put maybe just a little couple hairs there as an illusion. And there you have it. The perfect brows, ladies. I love these products. So as a recap, what I have used is I started out with my Brow Obsession palette with my Brow Artist brush. Okay, once I got everything filled in, I outlined, good morning, how are you ladies? Hey, Jordan. So I outlined everything, and then basically you just want to blend everything that's remaining on your brush, okay? Once I have done that, then I took my concealer, and I use my Splurge Cream Shadow Brush. I love this with this because it's tighter bristles, and dense, so that way you can really get a sharp edge. So then I take my concealer with my Splurge Cream Shadow Brush and just kind of edge everything out. Give a little bit of an illusion of a lifted brow here as well. Then once I've done all that and I feel like it's a little dark, I will take my blending brush and just kind of pat over the top of it, set that concealer in place, and then to really fine tune, I use my Precision Brow Liner. Take the spoolie, place the hairs where you want it, and then the fine tip, just kind of really make those edges sharp. And that's how you get perfect brows, ladies. All right, well, if you have any questions, do you clean your brushes every day? Colleen, I clean my brushes about once every 3 weeks, and I don't always clean all my brushes like that. The ones, I clean some more than others. Like with my liquid foundation brush, I tend to clean this one about every 2 weeks because it tends to hold product more versus like this brush, my Brow Artist brush. I tend to use it, clean it about every 3 to 4 weeks because I don't put any other product. And to me, the more product that's on here is the better. But I do clean them at least every month, at least once a month, to get bacteria and things like that. And your brushes always tend to work better when there's, not as much product on them. So just as an FYI. And if you go onto my website, ladies, I will pin it down below. And you go to Shop Tools, that's where you'll see you're welcome. That's where you will see all of our tools, all the different brushes. We have our eyebrow stencils. We have eyelash curlers. We've got everything that you need. And I mean, there's a couple different brushes that hopefully will come out this year. And again, ladies, we're only, 3 years old, and the products and the skincare that we have is amazing. So we just keep adding to it. So if you don't see something on there that, maybe you're used to, chances are we're coming out with it because we have 2 product reveals a year. We have one in the spring and one in the fall, and we always tend to bring out so many new trendy things. So all right, ladies, well, you have a great day. And if you found value in this video, don't hesitate to hit that share button because chances are some of your girlfriends will find value in it as well. And you'll also go into a drawing at the end of the month for somebody's going to get a sweet little product for helping me extend my network. So have a great day, ladies, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.